Hey guys, look who is back. It's a boy Bravano in the building. I know it's been a long time, but without further ado, let's get down to business. Today, what we are doing is adding clothes to our character. We've been dealing with this character for so long now, and we are yet to complete the character. But no problem, let's get started. Okay guys, so today what we're going to do now to add clothes to our character. Say we not go fit leave our character naked, make people they look in yash. So now what we go can do today, we go add clothes to our character so that go day naked again. So now before I go first try to adjust the mouth where they see, so because I never make the tongue, so I go just select those faces and then I go scale this down. And for here now, you see now four vertices I select. I advise you to select just two. So it was after where I don't finish that I realized now two I supposed to select. So I go extrude up, scale inward, and then I go keep extruding up. And then as I dey extrude, I go try to rotate the tongue towards the mouth. So I'm not gonna wait much of our time here because say we 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 don't they do this thing for a while now, and it's taking longer and longer and longer. So after this modeling now, what we could do now texturing, but I guess make sure say you perfect your training with modeling. So I want to show you how every part of modeling how then they do them so that I not go leave anything behind, because when me I dey learn, there are things where we say, I know I know, it took me time before I eventually sabi how then they do them. So as I dey do this, so all this manipulator, wey be say you go choose one manipulator, and this manipulator na him e get the all three manipulators like the move, rotation and scale. So na him you go just, if you click am, if you see my tool shelf, you go see the one wey I select. Na him you go just select, and then you go start to dey scale this thing from front view. You gats split your screen like I dey do. So you see you get one side from for front view, you get another side for side view, wey be say you go fit dey see wetin you dey do from side and front view. So I like to make my work smooth. So na him I dey do now, just to smooth out my work, add edge loop, and then correct things wey I no like so. Remember as I tell you say you na two faces wey you go select. So if your mirror modifier still there on, if na one you select, you go select the other one. So practically na one wey you go select. After that one now, you go fit start to dey extrude like so. So you extrude, and then that's all. So now I go add image reference. This reference where I dey add, na him, na this carton wey we dey make before. So I want to add it so that I go fit dey see the clothes wey I wan model. So I go put the image reference for the side view. How I take do this na just dey side view for this side window, and then front view from the left window. I go select all these vertices wey you dey see right here. So and then I go press shift D to duplicate, P to separate. So now e get two ways wey we go fit put cloth on our character, and the two ways na to, the first one na here I go teach you today. The second one na why I don create another collection, and if you check my outline now, you go see the collection. I call it way two. That is the second way wey you go fit add clothes to your character. But this one wey we dey do now na way one. So make sure say everything there. This way two now, I duplicate the entire character, before I start to do anything at all. The entire character, I go to wireframe, select everything, and then shift D, and then I create a new collection, and then I keep am for there. So that anytime where I won't do the second way, you go fit add clothes to your character, you go fit use the character where they this collection. But I go hide this collection. By now you for don't know how to hide collections. Now to just click the mark button in front of the collection in front of the collection, you go see am. So as I don't create a backup for this character now, I go start to the edit this one where they see. So you go select a range where we say from that range. Now if you look at our character to the right here, you go see a get place where the singlet start and end. So now wetin you go try to picture, try to imagine for this side with that. So if you imagine the area where this singlet dey, where singlet dey, then you go select am for this character, you go select am. So after you don select that particular area, then you go start to dey manipulate your singlet to give you the look of this character wey you dey see. So now I don duplicate and I don separate am. So if you see am here now, na one separate object be this. So before I duplicate and separate, I do one thing. I if you click this option, I go fit expand the singlet a bit so that the singlet will dey a bit bigger than the body itself. So like so, and as you dey see am so, I don separate am. So now wetin I go do be say I go start to dey move am until e give me the exact look of the singlet wey you dey see from front, back, side, and all sides in short. So I go start to dey move this side now. As my this thing dey on, I know say my modifier no dey on now. So wetin I go do be say I go delete one side, and then because now I don already apply the mirror modifier, so na one side I go model, no be the two sides. If I don model this side finish, I go delete the other side and then I go add mirror modifier. So just watch and see the miracle wey I dey perform for here. So wetin I dey do be say I dey go proportional editing to select vertices and the ones wey dey surrounding. So I go just go dey move am one by one to just give me the look of the singlet wey you dey see so for here. So by now you go don know how to move vertices, and if your work no dey perfect, no problem, I understand, because na like that e go be if you just dey start modeling. And as time goes on, you go dey understand model even more. You no go understand how you dey take understand am, because the thing go don master you. So now the time wey I dey do this tutorial, I don already wan try to dey model the two sides at the same time before I realize say wetin I dey do, am I mad? Na to just do one side, and then mirror it to the other side. So like so, but you go fit dey follow me as I dey do, because since if you follow my tutorial to this point where I dey, you go know say you go get the same thing wey I get for here. So you go fit dey follow. So you go just dey select vertices, scale inward, scale outward to give the shape of the singlet, because below the waist e dey big. For there you go double click the vertices and then you go. If I hide my character now, you see wetin I get. So I go delete this side like I suggested when I started this tutorial. So as I delete am now, I go fit go to modifier and add mirror modifier. But the mistake wey I make here be say the mirror modifier dey under subdivision modifier, which is not supposed to be. So I don try to join everything and the thing dey give me problem before I realize say I suppose remove am first. So I go just cancel this subdivision modifier now. So if I go come, it go come become easy for me to join the mirror modifier. Say you guys click clipping for mirror modifier to be able to clip two vertices together. So if you clip them like that, then will become one object in the middle. So the mirror modifier is up, the subdivision is down. So from here now, anything wey I do for one side go dey reflect to the other side. So I no need to do one work for this side and then go back to the other side and do the work again. So now wetin I dey do be say I wan select the vertices behind this cloth now and delete everything. Reason being that we no need am, because we no go dey see am. Okay, so the second way wey I tell you say e dey now, e dey different from this one. Na that one we go discuss how you go fit keep this vertices wey I dey delete now. So as I delete the vertices, if I move this one, you go see say the body empty. But for this style wey we dey use, e no necessary because nobody go dey see our character, nobody go dey see through our character because e go wear cloth like so. So now wetin I go do be say I wan clean up the vertices wey I just delete now. So I go hide the cloth. I don name the cloth now so that I go easily find am. So all this shoulder wey still remain, you know say for singlet now, singlet get shoulder, e don cover the shoulder. So I wan delete some vertices for here now. So all the vertices wey dey overlap the singlet, I go try move everything back inside the singlet, move backward to the front, to the side, and try to shape everything out. And then I go make sure say space no dey dey where be say people go dey fit see through our character. So I go select all this now, and then I go expand and try to match these vertices. So wetin I dey do be say I don delete the neck and I no wan go back. So I go just add by extrusion. I go add more face to hide where the character is open, like where the cloth no dey cover. So now these faces wey you dey see, so I go delete am because the singlet dey cover am. So I go delete some things wey dey get in our way, and then I go start to dey extrude like so. If you extrude, make sure say this point, these vertices no dey join together because they no suppose join. So as you dey extrude, if you wan scale, make sure say you don you don move the vertices wey you think say dem go fit join together. You just separate them. We move one to the right, the other one go move to the left because the mirror modifier dey on. So now you see say I don dey cover the areas wey dey open now. So now wetin I go do throughout be this, just to perfect my modeling. So I dey scale the neck now, so because the more I scale, the more area the neck go cover. So and like so you see how I dey move the vertices to avoid them joining together for that place, because na two separate vertices, they no suppose join together. So I go try to cover everything up like so. Hope say I no dey talk too much, and I know say wetin you dey see for my screen dey fast. Yes, we no get time to dey discuss details again because we don spend too much of time on this character already. So everything wey I dey do na something wey you don know before, but from the explanation wey I dey do now, na you go know reason why I dey do some things and how you go fit avoid problems and make your work smooth. So like so, you go move vertices inwards, and then you go fit scale am so that you go cover up space wey be say to avoid people seeing through your character. So na the secret be that. So you no suppose expose una character secret. So to move places down where I think say dey alright. So for this teeth now, I realize say the space don too big, so I go just start to dey move everything together to cover up the space. You see say the teeth scatter like say na vampire, so I no like am. So that's all for this tutorial, as I no wan go through how I move the teeth together. You don't know all that one by using the manipulator. Okay, thank you guys. See you in the next tutorial.